most recent news to drop was that a Samuel L. Jackson led Nick Fury series is in development for Disney Plus.
The Nick Fury series.
And yeah, say that 10 times fast.
Yeah, right.
And we were talking a little bit about this when the news dropped. I think at first I was like, what would they even really do with this? Like, just given where the timeline is, because I guess they could go any route with this. I haven't read this full article yet, mind you, either, so it might say something. Actually, it says the exact plot details of the show are being kept under wraps. So your guess is as good as mine. But considering what they're doing with like Loki, for instance, and then with the Black Widow movie being a prequel, Loki being this kind of like altered timeline thing as it is, because that's kind of where Loki stands at this point. It's kind of up in the air what they could do with it. They could do like a prequel thing. I don't think they would go a prequel route. And like, as I was thinking about it more, I thought it'd be much more interesting if they did pretty much a backdoor, like use this to make it a backdoor sword series. Like, you know what I mean? Because what Nick Fury is doing right now is the sword stuff essentially with the scroll. So I felt like that if I had to guess, that'd be where I think this is going. What do you guys
My guess would be just as good as yours, I guess.
your guess?
Yeah.
I mean, they could do anything with it. I just don't think they would do a prequel for it. I don't think it would make any sense. Like what kind of story are you gonna tell?
Yeah.
The Black Widow prequel makes sense because it's uncovering more about her past and like kind of the stuff we got teased with in Ultron. Because again, like we even said like last week, like this was the Black Widow movie should have came out 10 years ago. So if they would have made it when they should have made it, quote unquote, it wouldn't be a prequel. It would just be one of the movies that happened. So I don't know. Like John, what do you think they're gonna go with this?
Yeah, I have no idea. The last time we saw Nick Fury was in that tease at the end of Spider-Man: Far From Home, where he's on the scroll spaceship, kind of directing stuff. So Sword makes perfect sense for picking that up. Which I'd be interested to see. I'm curious if they use this to launch into future Marvel movies, if this is sort of a self-contained thing. I don't think it will be a prequel, and the only reason I don't think it will be a prequel is we got a pseudo Nick Fury prequel with Captain Marvel. We got to see Nick Fury as a younger agent, and plus you have all the depending on how far back with a prequel you go, you have all the de-aging CGI you need to do on Sam Jackson. So I just don't think they'll go that route. I could be completely wrong, but I don't think they'll go that route. I think they'll try and fit it in continuity somewhere, which I would watch a new Marvel movie every week. So getting these new shows is the next best thing as far as I'm concerned. Like, keep them coming. If you, especially, I mean, come on, Sam Jackson. If you can give me Sam Jackson on a weekly basis, yeah, go ahead. I'll do it.
True. I mean,
it doesn't even need to be more.
Yeah, I mean that's a fair point. Like I just there's a lot they could do. I feel like there's very little you can do as any sort of prequel thing. I don't really care for prequels as it is for the most part. They're kind of I've never liked the idea of like I know where it's all going to go. That's like my biggest gripe that I always talk to Rick about with Star Wars is they keep making the same. They just want to keep going back, and it's boring.
Yeah, like make something new.
Yeah, just do something new. Like, and it's like there are exceptions. It's not like it's not always the case. Like I'm excited for the Lord of the Rings series from Amazon. That's technically speaking a prequel, but it's not like it is, but it ain't. It is, but it ain't.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I'm looking forward to this too. I think the going the sword route would be my best guess, and I think that would that gives them it opens up a lot more doors and like. I don't know, man. They could always do like some Super Scroll stuff. They could be handling that. You never know. Like now that they own Fox, because that was one thing that was tied up with Fox because of the Fantastic Four. They could do that because Super Scroll was like one of those characters who do they really warrant their own movie? I don't know. Like as like the big bad, I don't know. Maybe it'd be. I guess would be kind of interesting to do that as opposed to if they do introduce Fantastic Four. I guess when they introduce Fantastic Four, maybe use Super Scroll instead of the fourth Doctor Doom or whatever, the fourth try at Doctor Doom. You know, maybe save
Yeah.
Doctor Doom for something else and do something like that. I don't know, but it could also be someone who's very familiar because our connection to the scrolls are pretty much through Nick Fury at this point. So continuing that arc and maybe doing something with that seems to make the
Yeah.
most sense to me. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Whatever you guys think they're going to do with that, let us know down in the comment section below.